guys, I was super excited about this look because you may not know this, but I'm kind of obsessed with aliens. Totally fascinated by them, definitely think they're real, watch Ancient Aliens all the time, but now you know my secret, closet alien freak. So we're going to start with the Reptilian look. I decided to go the Reptilian versus Greys because they're totally different, both creepy in their own ways. Reptilians are living among us apparently, and we have no idea who they could be. They could be any one of us, which is the fun of it. So for them, I am just doing half of my face, like my face is ripped off, because if you also watch People of Earth on TBS, it's this hilarious show about aliens. The Reptilians there, their faces get ripped off sometimes, their human faces, and so that was kind of my inspiration for this look. So I did makeup on one half of my face, and then I traced out the shape that I wanted, like the torn off part to be, and filled it in with green. And then I got my liner brush and dark green and started putting on some shapes. So you want to look at lizards and snakes and different reptiles and look at the shapes that they have going on, and then kind of just create the shapes on your face that you want. So I wanted like a bigger shape on my forehead and an elongated mouth. And then I'm just filling in some patches of scales on the rest of the face area. Then I'm taking kind of a grayish brown, just mixed it on my colors, and I'm putting it on my bottom lip and the forehead scales, a little bit on the cheek ones, and then I'll start taking some white, just starting to create some dimension on these shapes. Now it's just about going back and forth between the lights and the darks, just defining these shapes, making what I want to pop out lighter and what I want to fall back darker. All the creases, I darken them up with the black. And I'm adding a little bit of yellow, a little bit of brown. I want the shapes to have a little bit of interest and color. I don't want it to just be flat green. So the more colors, the more interesting it's going to be. Now I'm using my eyeshadow brush and the black eyeshadow, just putting dimension underneath the shapes that I want. So I want like the eyebrow bone to stick out, so underneath it's going to cast shadow, so I want shadow to be there in between the eyes, anywhere you want shadow. And then I go along the whole edge of my face where it's ripped off, and I want shadow to be on the inside, like the human skin is casting a shadow. And then I go back with the paint liner and I'm putting dark around the whole thing, so it's dark right underneath the skin. Then I'm going to take a watery brown and black. I'm going to leave a gap, so there's going to be a very dark line. Then you leave a space where you want the light skin to be. And then I'm mixing the dark brown and black to make shadow on the face. But I don't want it to be black. I want it to be more of like a dark skin color. And then you take your white and highlight the edge of your skin. And that's what really gives it the dimension, like it's torn off and that's popped out. Then you can go back with your shadow brush and add more shadow underneath the skin, underneath like the bones and the protruding areas of your face, like that brow bone, the forehead, underneath the cheekbone. You definitely want to darken those spots up with some shadow. Fun fact, if you ever see my mouth moving in a video, most likely it is me yelling at my 3 boys because, let's be honest, they don't go about 20 minutes without getting into something they're not supposed to. And like all mothers, we can see what they're doing without even being in the room. So I have to yell at them constantly. Anyways, I put the contact in. I just put it in the eye that is Reptilian. It definitely makes this look. You can't be Reptilian without a Reptilian eye, so you definitely need a contact for this look to really pull it off. I added some color on my lips on the human side. I just used my paint, but you could use lipstick or lip gloss, whatever you like. Then I'm going to move to the neck, again creating shapes that I want based off reptiles, kind of going with the same thing, the ribs like on the center of my neck, like it's showing a little bit, and then on the side is just bigger scales than the face because it's on a bigger part of my body, so I figured the scales would be bigger. And then I'm just going back and forth between highlights and darks. The same process that I did on my face, I'm doing it on my neck, shadowing the outside, outlining the shape. So with the neck, it's the same process as the face. Same thing, I just have a little torn off piece coming off, and I just put the shadow right by my neck, make it dark, filled it in green. I didn't do like blood, like bloody skin, because if you're a reptilian, you wouldn't really bleed, because it's just a fake bodysuit. Also, again, from people of Earth, they have green blood, not red blood, so I just didn't do any blood. Just kept it like it was torn off, like a mask would be. And there you have the final reptilian look. So I started to do a gray look and it just turned out weird and dark and almost reptilian, so I scratched it, started over, I kept the neck, so here we go. So I'm using a sponge applicator, one of those little mini beauty blenders, and I'm mixing a blue and black and white to get like a grayish blue, very light though, not too dark, and I'm just sponging in my whole face, leaving the sides of my cheeks because I'm going to paint those black. And then I use my little liner brush and I'm going to start putting on some watery veins. I wanted to just add a little bit more a creepy factor, so I'm putting in some black and red veins all over the forehead and a little bit on the cheeks. So then I started outlining my eyes. I actually made them a little bit bigger in the end, but this is what I started with. And then I start just sculpting out the shapes that I want of the face. The gray aliens are creepy because unlike the reptilians who are infiltrating our society, and they could be any one of us, they just come down and study us. We don't know why or what they're doing, but they're coming down and doing experiments on us and just kind of studying us according to people who have been abducted. So they're just a different type of creepy. They're the silent watcher. So I can't really decide which is creepier, like not knowing who's an alien, like anyone you know could be an alien, could be a reptilian in disguise, or these people that come down, these aliens that come down and study us and do experiments. Not sure which is creepier. Definitely, you leave me a comment and tell me which you think is creepier, because I really can't decide. So I filled in the shape around my face black, my eyes black, because they just have these big black eyes. And this look is great for, like, you could do a bald cap and do your whole head. I didn't go that extreme, but you could easily just do this and put your hair back and wear dark clothing and a hood and go out at night at trick-or-treating and totally freak people out. Don't want to forget the highlights on your eyes. I go back and add them later. I'm putting highlights on all over the place, and then also bags under my eyes. I'm keeping them pretty light. I kind of did a mix of watery blue and black, and then I used my shadow brush and just add a little bit of soft shadow because, like I said before, the first look I did too much black and it was too dark, so this time I definitely wanted to be careful and go lighter. So I just did a little bit of shading, and then I used my liner brush to do highlights and soft shadows, smaller shadows with a mix, not a straight black. And there you have the final look with my hood on. Pretty simple, but still creepy. Remember, if you like what you see, subscribe for more videos. You can follow me on Instagram and Facebook. I will have descriptions of all the products I used below. And thanks for watching.